How's it going, everybody? This is Keith Demolder for a unique edition of the Fantasy Baseball Bahdcast. There we go. Nice illumination here. We're live here from the Casa as we are doing a bit of a different kind of stream today. This is the ESPN Redraft League live stream. And so this is it's unprecedented in Bod's history. So last year we did a league with my brother and a couple of other of the members of the Winterfell League were in that league. And I believe it wasn't a 12-team league. It was an 11-team league, which was kind of whack. I'm not going to lie. I wish, we had people that should have played and then they kind of flaked out at the last moment. So we just ran with 11 teams. Which was weird. We had like one bye for each team. So this year, a bit of a different league. It is run by my brother. And so we have mainly a lot of his friends, but I just thought this would be kind of a fun thing to do in this league. So live draft right now. I mean, we just had the draft started right now. So first pick of the draft goes to my buddy David. And so he picked Shohei Ohtani. No surprise there. So he gets the first selection. Aaron Judge goes number 2. Now it's my brother, Carl, on the clock with pick number 3. So for myself, I'm at pick number 10 and pick number 11. So I have kind of the turn, which is a tough place to be, considering that, you don't get the top guy and Ohtani, and some of these like top end pitchers like Derek Skubal, Garrett Crochet, they're going to be gone. Don't get me wrong. I actually really like the turn because although you have to wait like almost 20 picks to get your next pick, you have the flexibility to kind of take a risk, and you're guaranteed to get your guys that you want, like at least in the second pick. You think, all right, well, if I pick a guy a little early, there's a chance that I don't get him. But with this, like, all right, after my first pick, I'm guaranteed to get whoever the hell I want for my second pick. So at any rate, Carl goes with Paul Skeens for pick number 2, which is an interesting one. I'm going to send the the link to our draft board. I wish I could share my screen with you folks. Oh, there we go. We can share the screen. That's incredible. Let's see. Sharing the screen. My apologies. Let's see. ESPN Draft. Bang. Look at us. 21st century. Incredible. All right. So here's what we got. Here's the board as it stands right now. So, yeah, Carl got Paul Skeens. Not shocked by that. Skeens, one of the best pitchers in the game. He's young. He's playing on a Pirates team that will have a better offense. Not that it's going to be incredible this year, but it will be better, which, that's the hope. So at any rate, I like the pick. I like the pick from Carl. I think it's pretty solid. All right, here we go. We got Tansan going with Juan Soto for pick number 4. No surprise there. And Bobby Witt Jr. For our dog Steve, who has clown question bro. So shout out to Steve. Tarek Skubal going with pick number 6. Jose Ramirez going pick number 7. And so there we go. Top 7 picks, and now we got the D-backs super fan, and I believe Sammy is up in pick number 8. So not at all surprised. I mean, the top, I think guys are going to kind of go by rank. So for me right now, I think what I'm looking at is Christopher Sanchez still available, and is Cal Raleigh still available? Right now, you got to figure, all right, well, there's going to be, I think there's going to be outfielders, right? Top flight outfielders are not necessarily always going to be gotten, but a guy like, Cal Raleigh, a catcher, that's the question. Like, where is he where's he going to land? I think you look at the catchers. I think there is good value down the list. I mean, Drake Baldwin at 91. That is crazy low. Granted, he's not going to be a Cal Raleigh getting 900 points, but he'll still be somewhat serviceable. So that's just the questions. Do you want a high pick there? I think for me right now, kind of what I talked to my brother about before the draft is always kind of doing a pitcher hitter kind of switch off, like pitcher one pick, hit another pick, because in this, as we've seen in fantasy baseball, like having good pitchers does matter. So that's something to remember. And the rules have changed in this league to where strikeouts are 4 points instead of 1 point, which is insane. So pitchers are going to be at a premium for sure. All right. So next pick was Garrett Crochet. No shock. So likely next pick will be a combination of Kyle Tucker, Ronald Acuna Jr., Ketel Marte, maybe even Chris Sanchez. So I think for myself, looking out for, who do we get here? You look at the fantasy points projected. Vlad Guerrero Jr. is among tops, Vinny Pasquantino, and then obviously Ronald Acuna Jr., no surprise there. From last year, top point getters is Cal Raleigh, Kyle Schwarber, Chris Sanchez. I'm kind of torn. I think getting Chris Sanchez, I think that's probably going to be a must right now. The question is, if Kyle Tucker doesn't go, which you probably will here, do I go with Ronald Acuna Jr. or Cal Raleigh? I don't know. I am unsure. Cal Raleigh was a beast last year. He's not going to repeat. We know he's not going to repeat. It's not likely. But I think the thought is like, well, if I can get two dominant pitchers, two top 11 pitchers, why shouldn't I? But then so, all right, Kyle Tucker again gets picked right there with pick number 9. I think I'm going to go Chris Sanchez. That leaves us a minute 30 to think about our second round pick. And this is tough. This is a tough one. You're thinking, Ronald Acuna Jr. last year, first year back from injury, he was a beast. He was incredible. Didn't play all that many games, but this year he's going to be healthy. It's going to do the same things. Is he going to be that healthy? Should I go with the position type deal? Even Ketel Marte, a guy at second base who, he's ranked highly because of his position. Even Junior Caminero, that's a good thought there. Cal Raleigh, it's an interesting one. Last year he was an absolute dog. Vladdy, I don't know if I want to pick Vladdy there. Cal Raleigh, you know what? I think it's just the position eligibility is just too important. So I'm just gonna draft. All right, let's see. Oh, we gotta share the link. My apologies. Let's here we go. All right, so Cal Raleigh was selected. So yeah, we had to go with position eligibility, I think, on that one. We got Cal Raleigh, which was good. He's the top catcher in the league. And so we go back to back. We go Marte, and then Vlad Guerrero Jr. selected by Friar Bombs. So that is a little bit, I won't say an upset, but you got to figure Carl's not too thrilled with that one. So that is an interesting one. I'll move the chat up here, by the way. So you'll see my face instead of me moving off to my left. All right, so another pick, Corbin Carroll to Space City Champs, and then Vinny Pasquantino to our guy, cousin Rico Suave, who picked that. Clown question, bro. Gets Vinny Pasquantino. Fernando Tatis to Tan. So as we're kind of seeing, guys are going in order except for Vlad, who gets picked a little bit higher, which is an interesting one. You got to figure Vlad at first. There will be plenty of good position players at first, Now, for me, the big question becomes what to do with my 30th and 31st pick, right? I figure, pitcher's never a bad call. You look at the roster. The roster isn't insanely big, by the way. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots on the bench, which could be a combination of anybody. Pitcher spots, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And these are just general pitching spots. So you could technically have 7 starters, but if a starter does bad, you got to figure you're probably going to want like 5 starters, 2 relievers. I think that probably would be the optimal thing. But yeah, 25 player roster. So a little bit smaller than our Dynasty League. Either way. Okay, so Carl goes with Matt Olson, the Atlanta first baseman. A good pick there. I probably would have liked to have seen him go with another pitcher, but hey, Matt Olson for his first hitter, not a bad one. I'm really bullish on the Braves, at least offensively. I think that they have I think they got a lot to prove this year. I think people are writing them off. I mean, their pitching staff is going to be rough, but I think their offense is gonna look great. I have no qualms with their pitching staff this year. So, at any rate, Junior Caminero, third baseman, I believe the first third baseman off the board. No, Jose Ramirez was the first third baseman, but the second one, I mean, that's as good as you get right there. Young guy. Moving stadiums, which is always an interesting thing. We still have Logan Gilbert at the top of the board. I'm a little bit shocked he hasn't been gotten yet. So that's I don't think he's going to fall to me, unfortunately. But I think you gotta get him if you're Carl or even David. I think might think about him. No, David goes with Yoshinobu Yamamoto. So he's the next pitcher off the board. So Gilbert really sliding right now, going well into the 3rd round at this point, which is interesting. So yeah, now on the clock, David with his second pick at the turn. So it'll be his 3rd round selection. Kind of, looking down. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 picks in front of us. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So hypothetically, where we're looking at the William Contrerases, the Max Fried, Chris Sale, Joe Ryan, Alex Bregmans, that kind of range. I think right now it looks. Man, I'd love to get a Schwarber, but unfortunately, that's just not going to be in the cards for us. I think what I'm looking at most is. I'm looking most at pitchers. I mean, I don't care about getting a Chris Sale. He's going to be dominant again this year. They're going to rely on him. He's going to be their ace. Not entirely shocked. Oh, he's a bum, Carl says. I disagree. But there we go. Logan Gilbert selected finally off the board. Hunter Brown right off the board along that. And there goes Carl. Pick number 23 for C Dog. And he already made the pick. He goes with Logan Webb, the opening day starter for San Francisco. A fine selection. Nothing wrong with that. Gunnar Henderson still on the board. Machado going to Tansan. Excuse me. Which is an interesting one. Gunnar Henderson, I think, pretty solid. Give me a break here. Give me a second here, folks. Get some water. Out here, gotta stay hydrated, So Manny Machado going to Ton, which is a good pick. I think Machado is going to be a guy who He's going to be an everyday player for the Pods. He does have some injury stuff, but he's always going to play DH or third base. Okay, Julio, picked by Klein Question Bro. Jordan, going right there back to back. Mason Miller. Wow, Mason. Okay, so we're seeing a so Julio, Jordan, Mason Miller, Gunnar Henderson, and Brian Wu. So Mason Miller, the first relief pitcher off the board. And that was quick by firebomb. So that's the thing about these drafts that people, it's tough to predict, like what guys are going to do. Sometimes guys kind of push the pace, right? Where they select guys high and kind of force everyone's hands. Kind of same thing with football, where I've been in leagues before where guys are going way higher than their ADP, their average draft position, and it forces everyone's hands. So, quarterbacks going in the first round that had no business going in the first round. So therefore, we're all having to select quarterbacks in the second round, so that we don't get absolutely boned with someone we don't want. I digress. Anyway, so we're here now. Schwarber slides to us. I'm very tempted. This is a hard decision between Schwarber, Contreras. I know we got to get one of them. Maybe even Bregman. I do want a pitcher here as well. I like Chris Sale. Jesus Luzardo. Luzardo. I like the combination of Phillies pitchers. I think they'll be good. Now the question is, do I get Contreras or do I get Schwarber? This is tough. I like Schwarber a lot, but he's a DH, so he would only be my only DH slot. You know what? Let's just go with Schwartz. I mean, the guy's an absolute unit. Incredible value, by the way, picking up there. And Luzardo, in last year, he was streaky to start, right? There was times where we're like, damn, like this is, you thought maybe he was going to get traded. Not from the Phillies, but in our fantasy, in the Winterfell League. But then he really picked it up. I mean, 216 strikeouts. That is a ton of Ks. He's going to pitch. I mean, he's young. He's going to pitch a lot of innings. I love the pick. I love the pick by me. No, but I mean, you get a combination of Chris Sanchez, another guy is going to be a 200+ innings type dog. Low ERA. I like it. And then to get Schwarber as well at that spot, I think is great. I think people are sleeping on Schwartz. Either way, Dynamic Dumpers picks Contreras. No surprise there. Max Fried, Chris Sale, Mookie Betts go down there to start the fourth. Jackson Churio to Clown Question Bro. Shout out. Now, Tansan is up. Carl's next. Schwarber's a bum. I disagree. He's a beast. I mean, the guy hits 50 home runs. I think our boy Carl is just a little upset that the Braves don't have him. And obviously, division rivals never fun. Brett Rooker going to Tansan. So now Carl's on the clock. Plenty of good pitchers available. Joe Ryan, Alex Bregman, good positional. And that's the thing about some of these infield positions is that when you have a guy like Bregman, you can really solidify your infield. After that, it is a steep drop off in terms of third baseman. Excuse me. You look at the third baseman, it's Bregman, Michael Garcia. I mean, again, I'm a big Austin Riley guy, but after that, there's a lot more, kind of value picks rather than top flight guys. It is a bit of a drop off. Just kind of depends on what type of production you're expecting from a guy like Austin Riley, who has been kind of bad in the last couple of years. Bregman, I think, is kind of that consistent type player. You know, he's going to hit for, decent average. He's going to get on base via the walk. He's got power, but he's going to be in Chicago this year. So that's an interesting one. Either way, Carl goes with his fellow Canadian pitcher, Dylan Cease from Toronto. Not a bad call, and especially given how important strikeouts are going to be in this league. A good pick because Dylan Cease is a strikeout fiend. Freddie Peralta, meanwhile, goes next to Emmanuel. I think Joe Ryan is going to slide. I'm not sure why ESPN has him ranked so highly. I mean, he's an innings eater. He does get Ks. I don't know. I think that there are some questions in terms of his durability. But he's going to be the open day starter, so we will see. But yeah, a guy that puts the ball certainly in the zone. And wow, look at these stats from last year. Look how many home runs he gave up. That is a ton of home runs. And after the All-Star break, I mean, look at this. He only had 3 games where he didn't allow a home run, which, shout out to him for keeping the runs to a minimum. But that is a ton of homers, almost one every single game. I can almost guarantee you're going to see a Joe Ryan homer. But hey, I mean, when you can couple it with 6 2/3 and 7 Ks, it's a pretty good day right there. All right, meanwhile, back to the draft. Francisco Lindor selected. That's a guy that usually is among tops in the league, and for him to slide to the 4th round is pretty good value. Actually, now we're in the 5th. David on the clock. Again, I'm not sure where we're going to see Joe Ryan go. I'm curious myself if he goes to me. I don't know. I'm thinking he'll fly that far. Well, he can't because Dynamic Dumper is on auto draft. So Joe Ryan will get got one way or another. So I think right now where I'm looking, I mean, I will give my kind of thoughts after Carl picks because I know he's the only one watching the stream, is for, just looking at who's still available. Framber Valdez still available. He's a guy. He's always going to be consistent. Roman Anthony, Kevin Gausman, Ellie De La Cruz. Filling up some of those infield positions, I think right now would be important for me. Nico Horner, no problem with that. Looking at the points from last season, I mean, Pete Alonso is still available, by the way. Geraldo Perdomo still available. I don't think it would be a super reach to think about them right now. Cody Bellinger as well. A lot of these guys that were dogs last year really undervalued, or I guess underrated by ESPN this year. So that is an interesting thing. But Bregman got. David selects Alex Bregman, first pick of the 5th round. So right here, I got 2 picks that will be had. I cannot tell you what they will be because Carl's picking up next, but I like what I'm thinking in my mind. But plenty of there we go. De La Cruz just got picked, so plenty of pitchers available right now. That's something you got to think of if you're Carl on the clock or even the rest of this league. Who are you going to get pitching wise? I think for me right now, I mean, I got 2 dominant pitchers in Sanchez and Luzardo, but I do still have 5 more slots. Plus, we got bench slots. I think we can find value in the positions a little bit later. I love the pitching. I think that pitching rules the league. The guys who have the good pitchers, I think they end up winning a lot of games. So that's the biggest question. Yeah, kind of looking down the list. Let's look at some of these other teams right now. David, Bregman, Lindor, Ohtani. I mean, getting Ohtani, that is really going to put him ahead. And Yamamoto, Gilbert, some good selections. I think everyone's mostly doing kind of a similar sort of thing. I mean, Carl really focusing on the pitching. Skeens, Webb, Cease, that is a good combination. But now he's got to look out for the rest of his lineup. Meanwhile, we're seeing Tansan just pick batters, so he's got to load up on some pitchers. And there we go. Carl going with Jacob deGrom for his next pitch. So, or next pick, shall I say. Meanwhile, yeah, same thing. We're seeing a lot of teams right now really allowing these pitchers to get got. Space City Champs, again, only one pitcher in Scooble. Firebombs with the Mason Miller pick, which I think might have been a little bit of an overpay. I don't think anyone was thinking about him this high up, but he will be good this year. I think he will be a guy. So I think for me coming up, what I was going to say is I might just pull the trigger and go back-to-back relief pitchers. That is something that I noticed in our other league was just insanely hard to come by, was good relievers. They're always gotten, and it really was very annoying because there's kind of like an upper echelon of guys, obviously Mason Miller being one of them, but Cade Smith, Edwin Diaz, Andres Munoz, Yohan Duran, Devin Williams, David Bednar, Aroldis Chapman, like these sorts of names, they're going to be solid. And Danny Palencia, that guy is way too far down for my liking. But, there is smaller rosters in this league. So that is something also to take into account. But, okay, Pete Alonso picked. I think that's a good pick. I'm surprised that he was ranked so low. Great selection there from Clown Question Bro. George Kirby as well, Tatan. So now we're in we got 4 picks ahead of us. Cade Smith, who would be nice to get, is at, he's at the 3rd selection. So the hope is that the auto draft doesn't allow Dynamic Dumper to get him. But I think I still like Edwin Diaz above him, regardless. Kevin Gossman goes. Okay, so we are. Oh, Jose Altuve goes. So we're almost guaranteed to get either Smith or Diaz, unless whoever picks. No, we're almost guaranteed to get him. So we will see. But yeah, I think Diaz. Playing for the Dodgers, they're going to be in contention to win. I think we got to pick him first. As much as I love Cade Smith. The question as well, Steven Bill Ryan. Okay, so that leaves us. Let's get Edwin Diaz. Guy last year, 608 points. That is incredible, and he only had 28 saves. So illustrates just how dominant he was for the Mets. Now he's on an even better team, and I think he will be even better. Now the question is, now that I've gotten my relief pitcher, do I double down and go another relief pitcher, or do I try and get one of my position guys? This is tough. This is a tough one. Perdomo. Perdomo's such a dog. This is the question. I hardly have any batters, but if I have one of the best, pitching in the league, I'm interested. Andres Munoz. Even like a starter like Fromber, that's not a bad idea either. Carlos Rodon, Zach Wheeler, Nick Pivetta. Thing is, I love Perdomo because he's on our other team, but I think given, Andres Munoz. I'm so torn. Nico Horner, what did he do last year? 42. Hey! Go Perdomo. Let's go Perdomo. How to do it to him. Maybe a little bit of an overpay, but you know what? I love Perdomo at short. I think he's a dog. Yeah, you got the Trey Turners, the Bo Bichette's, who Bo Bichette should not have shortstop eligibility. I don't know why he does. But Perdomo was just such a dog last season. He walked like he had one of the best OBPs in the league, a 389 OBP, 100 RBIs. He won't replicate those numbers, but I think he'll still be really solid. And we still got plenty of guys to get got down below. Plenty of relievers as well to get got. So I'm not stressing, but I like Perdomo there. I don't think he was going to fall to me. at my 70th pick. So I'm fine. I'm fine paying a little bit more. Since then, Nico Horner, Jaron Duran, Luis Rise, Jazz Chisholm, Bryce Terang. Now, Bryce Terang, definitely a guy. I think right now, given that I have some pretty solid pitchers, maybe I'll go another pitcher, but then I got to think about my positions, especially third base. Michael Garcia, he's a guy to target. I don't think he'll be there. I mean, we got a lot of picks coming up. 1, 2, 3. Cade Smith just got picked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this would be the Christian Yelich's, the Devin Williams's, Pete Crow Armstrong, Shea Langoliers, Ozzie Albies. So this is where we're going to see more of these position players get picked. Yeah. So I mean, I also my own little Drake Baldwin. The interesting thing is that there's only one catcher slot. There's only one DH slot. So we really got to fill out the lineup. Like, I don't think having like 2 amazing catchers is a good call because there's no utility slot. There's no like infielder slot as well. So I think filling out the top at every position and then getting like kind of bench guys, like, good value players at the differing spots will be important. Like, like especially catcher. Like, I think you get a good catcher. I think you're set on catcher. You don't need more catchers. Carl goes, oh, here we go. Sorry. Alonso's a bum. Alonso's not a bum. Born bum. Saves are worth 5. You better not take my Drake Baldwin. Oh, I definitely will, Carl. Do not worry. Saves are worth 5. Okay. Well, I like that. Anyway, we will see what David does on this pick. Roman Anthony to Emmanuel. Carl goes once again with Mackenzie Gore, the guy he had last year. With Gore now on Texas, which is, a marginally better squad than the Nationals, which I think is good. What round will Cole go? That is the question. Cole, you mean Garrett Cole, or Cole Reagans, who just got picked. Garrett Cole, I'm not sure when Garrett Cole will go. I wonder, that's a question about every different league. Every league is different. How up to date are these guys? There's a lot of guys that are hurt right now, like a Garrett Cole coming back, rehabbing. Zach Wheeler, Pepio, Blake Snell, Seiya Suzuki. I mean, Strider right now. A lot of these pitchers who are hurt and they're coming back. It's like, all right, well, how, like, when are they going to get picked in this league? Do guys care that they have like one of the best pitchers who's maybe hurt? Are they willing to wait? I don't know this team. I don't know this league super well in terms of the way that they draft. So can't really predict. If it was our Winterfell League, then I might have a little bit more kind of know-it-all. But I just do not. Drop someone good. Gotcha. So we're gonna also, by the way, folks, we have a new marginally. What did I say marginally to? We got a new league setting change in our Winterfell League that will allow us to put in. That is so clutch. So Chrissy Campbell now is minors eligible, which is incredible. And that just changes everything for the bots. Because now we can bring guys up that we didn't think we were able to bring up. So we have a spot. We actually have a roster spot for some more guys. Oh man, that was huge. Shout out to Al for getting that started. Nick Kurtz picked by Manuel, a good selection at first. Kurtz was just insane last year. The question is he going to have a sophomore slump? I don't know. We will see. Carl's still on the clock right now. Best avail. You got to figure. I mean, Cody Bellinger is too good to last this long. 945 points last year, 29 homers, 98 runs batted in, 13 steals, and the guy is still young. He still plays for the Yankees. Like this is a slam dunk. And Carl goes with Sonny Gray. Okay, maybe a little bit of a reach. I would have liked Cody Bellinger. I mean, if Bellinger falls to me, I will get him. Don't you worry. I think guys are picking a lot of outfielders and first basemen right now, which is not a bad call. I just think that there is like a lot of depth at first base, so I'm not insanely worried. Namely, our guy Freddie Freeman. So I'm hoping that he lands there. Questions for the bots. Do we go positional? I think we have to at this point. I think getting a guy like Michael Garcia, I think would be a good call. Andres Munoz is there for the taking. Yohan Duran is there. Looking at the league settings, by the way, just kind of the points, the scoring in this league. Hits won, all the different hits and such everything's kind of the same. The hitting for the cycle, though, is only 6, which I think should be more. Grounding into double plays and caught stealing are both -1, by the way, which is interesting. Sacrifices like sack flies and stuff are 1 point. Another interesting, also errors are -3. So you really got to get guys with good gloves. Perdomo is one of them. Okay, Framber gone. George Springer gone. Trey Turner gone as well. So we have a chance to get our dog, Michael Garcia, here. We'll talk about thoughts in a sec. But for pitching, innings pitch is 3, hits allowed -1, runs allowed -2, home runs allowed. Oh, so runs allowed and earned runs are both -2. So that you got to really watch out. Even if a run is unearned, it doesn't matter. Home runs -3, walks -1, strikeouts are 4. So you really want high K guys. Pickoffs are 1. Interesting. Wins are 4. Losses are -2. Saves are 5. So saves are worth more than wins. However, blown saves are -4 and losses are -2. So you really want guys that have low RAs, runs allowed averages, or earned run ERAs, high K rate, and who don't blow saves. So that's an interesting sort of conundrum. Trey Turner is picked. So now it's a matter of where do we go for here? I like getting Bellinger. I might pull the trigger. I might do it. I might go 2 position guys, but I love Andres Munoz and Yohan Duran. That is tough. Okay, Belly. That's tough. That's a tough one. Okay, Duran is still available. Michael Garcia. Okay, I think I'm gonna pick Michael Garcia to solidify my third base. Duran, not a high K guy, but I wonder who is. Devin Williams definitely is, but he's a little wild, a little earned runs. That gives me pause. Let's look up relievers. Chapman's in there. Uribe. Aroldis Chapman. Do we get him? It's not a bad idea. I mean, wow, 23 piece. That's game changing. Oh, that's tough. Okay, well. Relief pitcher. Okay, all right. Well, we're running out of time here. So I think we got to go with the good selection either way. And pick, Michael Garcia. After that, though, that's the big question. Okay, let's go with Garcia. 881 last year. I mean, the guy's going to steal bags, a ton of doubles, 39 doubles. They're bringing in the fences at Kauffman. That's important. Now we know we want a pitcher. We got 4 pitching slots left terms of starters, and of course, we'd always have bench guys be pitchers as well. There will be plenty of good good relievers to be had as well. I wonder if I should go starter. That's the question. Do I go Duran? Do I go Devin Williams? Let's just go like projected overall. I like Freddie Freeman. I think there's going to be guys to get got. Pavette's. I like Nick Pivetta as well. He's a high K guy. Some say he's going to have a regression this year. That might be true. I don't know, folks. This is a tough one. Duran. I think we gotta go Duran. You're just calling my name. No issue there. I think Devin Williams maybe has. I mean, I think Duran will get saves regardless. Devin Williams is a little bit too erratic for me. I think that's why I didn't want to get him. And I think you look down the list. Chapman might be available when we pick back up. Not entirely sure. But we went with Garcia, which I think that's a good pick. Shore up our infield. Where we were, I don't know if there was any guys that I liked. I mean, we do need outfielders. Maybe a Jackson Merrill. I don't know if I love Merrill there. Pivetta, I think Pivetta will be good regardless. I mean, I guess there is those questions of will he regress? Not entirely sure. We will see. Either way, folks, just one of you, my brother. Appreciate you listening. All right, so down the list, Pivetta gets picked. Jackson Merrill gets picked. Salvi Perez, who does have position eligibility at catcher, first base, and DH, which is an interesting thing because not a ton of folks have like such wide position kind of eligibility. So either way, I am charging my telephone because and I just took out my. Give me a sec here, folks. Yeah, so it's just me, only one person watching. The thing about the stream is that I will upload this later, so folks can watch this on their own time when it uploads to YouTube. Get back to it. Freddie Freeman picked. So we're seeing first baseman go. So Salvi's gone, Bryce Harper's gone, Freddie Freeman gone, and Christian Yelich gone to Tunson. We could see position eligibility change for some of these guys, like maybe Yelich does start in the outfield. Not entirely sure if that will happen, but that I guess is kind of the question. Shea Langoliers, it's a good pick by Carl. He's playing a small ballpark. He hits a lot of homers. It's a good catcher to pick up. Now going down the list. Excuse me. Look at us. We have 3 starting pitching slots left. I think that now we probably focus a little bit more on starters and a little bit more on like middle infielders / outfielders. And there's plenty of outfielders to get got. Maybe not some of the top ones, but I think guys that are going to be good. Guy that I'm looking at right now, Wyatt Langford, a guy who last year was really good. Some people are saying he's primed, poised for a breakout. I would agree. I mean, I think that he's got a lot of talent. I mean, 22 stolen bases. He was a 2020 guy. Could be a little bit more productive, but he gets on base. He does K. He also was hurt. So I think with a new year, new him could be something interesting. So outfield, that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Devin Williams still up for grabs. Does anybody get him? I mean, I think people also sticking away from Zach Wheeler for good reason. Not sure when he will be back. And, it's never fun with what a thoracic outlet surgery. Never ideal. All right, Yuri Perez. Good call. Perez, young pitcher from Miami. Could be a guy. Could get a starter. I think probably focusing on position guys in this turn will be important. Not that I don't want starting pitching. I think I could always use starting pitching. Ozzie Albies, I would like to get that. I don't think he's going to fall to me. In 738 last year. And that was a down year for him, right? 16 home runs, 74 RBIs. I mean, batted only 240. A career low, 671 OPS. So he was, did get hurt at the end of the year. He's still somewhat, he's still 29. He hasn't gotten over 30 yet. Zach Wheeler gets picked. But I think for second baseman, Albies is still one of the more solid players. Look at guys with plenty of eligibility. I like a guy like a Xavier Edwards, a guy who hits for good average, going to steal bases. Otto Lopez, another guy who's kind of young, hits some homers, steals some bags. I like the Marlins. I think the Marlins got a ton of talent. In terms of guys who kind of have like eligibility everywhere, I think that a guy like Ernie Clement is a guy to watch out for. With a ton of eligibility and kind of jack of all trades. Jonathan India, 4 different positions you can put him at. Not that Jonathan India is necessarily great, but he's a guy that you think, all right, well, he could be something. Anyway, Josh Naylor, he gets selected. So you look at the first baseman right now. I think that's something that does worry me a little bit. I think there is options like a Michael Bush. You got plenty of sluggers. Rafi Devers still, for some reason, hasn't gotten got. And that's interesting. Not sure why that necessarily is. Playing in San Francisco is never fun. So, I get it. Soderstrom, value. Christian Walker was our guy. At least in our other league, and just was awful. So I have no... no qualms about him dropping this low. Interesting kind of selection of players right now. Devin Williams still available. I think he's not valuable. I think he should be got. Again, the question still remains: do we go pitcher hitter again, or do we focus mainly on our bats? Ian Happ still available. Fuck. Damn it, Carl. I knew I shouldn't have talked about Devers. That was on me. I should have known better. Rocky Devers, he gets picked. Control your cups. That's funny. Damn. I should have caught that. Rocky Devers. That's a tough loss. Yeah. Who do we get before him? Duran, I have no qualms with that. I think he should have got way, way, way longer before. The fact that he didn't, that was pretty surprising. So I'm not sure what the hell happened there. Either way, I got my eye on another great first baseman. So yeah, don't you worry, folks. Drake Baldwin. Okay, we're seeing 3 catchers in a row. Will Smith, Drakey Baldwin, and Yainer Diaz. I love Drake Baldwin. He was our minors to majors kind of guy. And thanks for the heads up. Screw you. No, that was a good pick. I'm honestly, if there's anyone that I'm glad he went to, Carl would be it. And this is obviously the issue with live streaming, is letting everyone know my thoughts. But, hey, the more the merrier. I'd rather see Devers go in the slot he should go than to fall to me. I want to win the right way. I care about ethics in fantasy. Eugenio Suarez getting picked in the 9th round, an interesting selection by Firebombs. Yeah, okay. I know. Oh, James Wood. the auto draft. So thank you for that. All right, now it's us. Still plenty of talent on the board. Damn, I am really upset that I didn't get Rafa Devers. That is upsetting. With that, we have some positional guys to look out for. Okay, well, I'll talk about it right now. Taylor Ward, the guy last year, he played for the Angels, had like a real resurgence. Had 833 this year. He goes to Baltimore. It's a question, all right, is he going to be as good? Who knows? Riley Green still avail. Guy was an absolute slugger last year. Did K a lot, but I like him as well. Albies at second. I feel like there's plenty of other guys to get got at second base. So look down the list of like who's kind of available. Nate Eovaldi, not a bad call. Let's go to projected. Bo Bichette. Corey Seager. Not bad. Although he was hurt. All right, so we're going to go, actually, yeah, give me an Aroldis Chapman. I like that. I think probably, I don't know if I want to. This is tough. Do I want Yandy? Will there be other first basemen to be had? I think there will be. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine not getting him. Ozzy Albies. I know he's ranked high. But will Bichette be available? That's the question. Luis Castillo. In Hap. I am torn. I'm torn, America. I think honestly, especially in these 10-team leagues, like there's going to be so many guys to get got that, like you're any sort of choice is a good one. Like I have no qualms, but I do think I need to get an outfielder. Who is an outfielder? Riley Green, Byron Buxton, the Buck Truck. Do we bet on the Buck Truck being healthy? You know what? I'm gonna say maybe. We will see. Who can we get? Native Eovaldi. You know what? Give me some Bo Bichette. Let's do it. Bichette's a guy who, we'll put him at short, kind of a middle infielder. He hits a lot. And he's going to the Mets. Obviously, he's moving away from Canada. Rebounded. He's still somewhat young. 311 average. It's still good. He's still a good player. And to get this value, I think is fantastic. Go to the Mets. Mets have a better offense, I think. So we'll see. But yeah, okay, middle infield shored up. We just need a second baseman. Pepio goes, but yeah, hell, I got three of the best relievers in the game: Edwin Diaz, Joan Duran, and Aroldis Chapman. People are going to want those guys, even if my hitting is not necessarily great. Chapman's a bum. No, he's not a bum. Chapman's a beast. High K guy. Look at his stats. A .7 whip last year, a 1.17 ERA, 32 saves, 85 Ks in 61 innings. Plays for Boston, a team that's going to win games. Like they will. I know he is 37. He's old, but the guy he's one of the best relievers in the game. Doesn't give up a ton of hits. He throws absolute gas. Wicked stuff. And he's a guy that's going to, look at this. I know this is his last couple of games, but this is during the fantasy playoffs, 20, 16, 12, 23. Yeah, he had a -7, -5, but, he's going to come through when it matters. Either way, Riley Green got. Not surprising. He was good. Ian Happ. I don't know why they're rating some of these guys super high, like Adley Rutschman or Even Ozzy Albies being rated this high is tough. I mean, I think we got to look at our second baseman, though. I think that should be probably our next pick. Gleyber Torres, I wouldn't be mad about. Brendan Donovan, only 644 last year. I think part of that is because he was hurt. But I mean, yeah, hit 287. Let's check it out. Let's go to the old next team. But yeah, Brendan Donovan last year. I can't even see. But yeah, he was good. I mean, batted 287. He not a bag stealer, but he's got a 353 OBP, 32 doubles. He's just going to be a solid bat. Nothing wrong with that. And yeah, I mean, he was somewhat hurt, only played 118 games. So if he had 644 points in 118 games, like, what's to say that he wouldn't be good again? Carl got Austin Riley, good third baseman. I think Riley is gonna have a total. He's gonna come back to good this year. I'm really high on Riley. So shout out to you, Carl, for getting that pick. Hunter Goodman, catcher DH for Emmanuel. Like Hunter Goodman, former bod draft choice, solid player. But yeah, I know Carl's got picks coming up. But yeah, let's hope he doesn't pick any good second baseman, because I'm in grave need of them. Jorge Polanco, wow, I'm kind of shocked. He's not going to play second this year, but he has DH and second base eligibility. He's playing for the Mets now. He was on the Mariners, which is interesting. But he will be a first baseman for the Mets, so that's that. I wouldn't mind picking him up. I think Gleyber Torres also is a solid pickup, as we've talked about on the pod before. We will see what he does. But yeah, there's plenty of position. I mean, Brandon Lowe, or Lau, Nathaniel Lowe. That's how it works. Josh Lowe, Nathaniel Lowe, Brandon Lau, which is hard to remember. Yeah, I got no qualms, but yeah, we need to get a good second baseman. It could also just get a serviceable second baseman. It's not like that's going to make or break, but I would rather have a guy that is solid rather than a guy who's not solid. So give me a Gleyber Torres. So we'll pick that. Then that kind of next best up. That's the biggest question. Probably gonna have to go outfielder at that rate, but we will see. Kyle Bradish picked by David, who is still on the clock. Kyle Bradish coming off injury, but still could definitely be a guy. Looking at our squad, I'm liking the way it's shaking up, man. I mean, pitcher heavy. I think that's kind of how we've always done. Find value on hitters. And there's still more pitchers to be had, to be honest. I lick my lips at the opportunity to select all these good pitchers. Man, yeah, I'm upset, though I didn't get Devers. I'm not going to lie. Like, I probably should have got that. That was a tough one. Okay, so okay. I know who I'm picking now. I think we got it in our bag. So we're not going to reveal the pick live on air, because Carl's picking right now, and he could go on and pick our guy. Maybe he's texting other league members. Hey, Keith said this on the chat. You never know. You got a little snake in the grass. By the way, folks, appreciate you watching here on the live stream. 7:00 Pacific time. It is the day before. It is the day before opening day, which, to be honest, it has lost. I don't want to say it's lost its luster, but I think that like opening day should be one day with like every team playing. I don't think having just like one game. Like, I everyone's focused on that game, but it's kind of like the NFL. But I would much rather have all 32 teams playing on one day, and this week feels a little bit weird. I wish that it wasn't like that. Also, Carl, why are you taking so long on this pick? Pick a guy and get out of there. Pick David Bednar and put it to rest. Oh, you got Gleyber Torres. That is not what we wanted to hear. Not much fun. I like Brendan Donovan at that spot. I mean, Gleyber Torres is good. He's a good second baseman. No doubt about it. But yeah, I know our guys that we're going to focus on here, and that's all I got to say. Can't reveal too much. Seiya Suzuki, despite being hurt, did get selected to Tansan. DH outfield eligibility, which is pretty solid. So now we got a couple picks left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 of them are our draft, which I guess will speed things along. But 5 picks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Randy Arozarena. I mean, sure, I guess. I'm not like super stoked on him. Then it's Adley Rutschman, Spencer Strider, Tanner Bybee, Brandon Nimmo, Zach Allen. These are kind of some guys that I don't love in terms of pitchers. Luke Keyshaw, though, that guy, dog for the Twins. I mean, batted .302, had some pop, 14 stolen bags. That's pretty good. Gotta watch out for it. That's an interesting one. J.C. Burns, Matt Chapman at third. It's some guys coming down the pipe to watch out for. Oh, there you go. Matt Chapman just got picked. So I have no doubt that Ranger Suarez or Ranger Suarez is still available. We will see. Maybe I'll get a value pick at second base. Maybe I won't worry about it. All right, now 4 picks away. So I want to pick 2 guys who went absolutely off last year, who I'm expecting to continue to go off here in 2026. Cannot reveal their names, but we will see. Let's take a look at kind of around the league. Around the league. Let's give a shout out to where is this? Oh, Clown Question, bro. Shout out our boy Steve. Just gonna send a little text. Clown Question, bro. Liking his team. I mean, the issue for him is that he has one pitcher. Do you hate pitchers? Stevie boy. Framber, that's it. But I mean, granted, he has some of the best hitters in the league. Terang, Pascantino, Bobby Witt, Alonso, Julio. All right. Not gonna lie, don't like what's around here. Snell, meh. Brandon Woodruff, good. Obviously, I mean, that's 83 Ks and 64 and 2/3. Like, good whip. I like him, but he's a little bit old and I don't really know him. And you know me, I'm a creature of habit. I go with guys that I know. So I'm going to do that. We're first. Okay, so the question is, we're looking at Yandy, looking at Byron Buxton, and thinking about Brendan Donovan. This is tough. Yandy, some say, is going to regress. I don't know. I would like to. I would hope not. Let's go with Buxton. Yandy. This is tough. Buxton has more upside. Let's pick him. All right. So that's our first outfielder off the board. Jorge Polanco is there. I do like Brendan Donovan. This is tough, man. I'm not gonna lie, this is tough. Yandy and Brendan Donovan right there, 1-2. This is a tough one. You know what? Let's go with the safe choice and let's go with Donovan. Just had to do it. Had to fill our second base slot. I believe we can find a good first baseman. So yeah, it just had to be done. But hey, we're filling up our positions. Guys are going to get got who are not my ideal. I think these kind of. I mean, look at this. Come on, like Zach Allen. What are we doing? Alec Burleson. Not enticed. I'm not enticed. So we will see. Reply from the old Steve-O. Per Steve Rodriguez, I asked him, I said, do you hate pitchers? He said, yep, fuck them. And, so that's currently where it's at. By the way, appreciate you checking in. Here on the live draft. We got two viewers. Shout out to you guys for joining us here on the ESPN Redraft live stream. So currently, as it stands, we got Steve on the clock. Looking at Steve's team, clown question, bro. Again, he just has so many hitters. I mean, Freddie Freeman's on his bench. Not sure why we're doing that when we need pitchers. So he goes Mizorowski. Shout out. Freddie Freeman on the bench. That to me, I think you got to fill all the other positions first. But hey, that's just me. And he already has 3 quality first basemen and Tyler Soderstrom at that. But hey, that's why you play the game. So we will see. We'll see what happens. I think right now for us, as we mentioned, wanting to get the top kind of players. All right, here we go. Carl, thanks for the reminder. I drafted one. We got Carl on the clock. So Carl, very much so. I mean, pitcher heavy for sure. Which again, really pitcher heavy. Going with a lot of starters. No relievers yet for Team Carl. Goes with Devers. Man, we should have got that. That's tough. Austin Riley, Torres, Olsen, Langoliers. So no outfielders for Team Carl yet. His infield is basically stacked. He just needs a shortstop, which maybe he'll get here. Not a ton of guys available. Best available, according to ESPN, is Randy Rosarena. Don't love it. Keyshaw, I think, is a guy to maybe get. And he goes with Jake Wilson. Yeah, that's a good pick. It's a good pick right there. I mean, Wilson, 702 points last year. He's a guy that never goes deep in counts. So he's never going to walk, but he will get a ton of hits. 311 average. He's a young player in the league. Signed, his biggest, I think, big extension, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, shout out to Carl. Yandy goes. I mean, hell, that was bound to happen. Round 12, for him to last that long, it makes sense. So I love the turn and I hate the turn. The turn is fun because I get to pick twice, but it also leaves much to be desired in between. I'm just bored. David's on the clock right now. David, a ton of pitchers as well. Kind of a good mix, and really focusing on the middle infield. Bregman, Lindor, Seager. He still needs a catcher, though. So you wonder who's going to take Adley. Adley last year, a really down year. 366 slug, 220 average, not ideal. And there's, Sam Basayo. There's some questions there. Whether or not he's gonna get got. So we will see. I don't know. Kind of up in the air at this point. Either way, I digress. Looking at the, okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 10 picks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or Rose Range got picked. So 9. We got Michael King, Brian Reynolds, Drew Rasmussen, Caleb Durbin. Carl's picking before me, so I don't want to tip my pick here, but there are 2 guys I'm looking at that are on the bods who I'm down to have on my team as well. Do not want to talk about them, but they are certainly talented. You look at fantasy points from last year. Yeah, interesting stuff. Again, I don't want to tip the hand too much, but yeah, I'm excited. Looking at my squad. Again, I think we got good players at every position. High, good value. Could maybe use another arm for sure. I think when it comes to like the bench, I think the guys that I'm picking right now are all. I don't think it serves anyone any good to have good hitters on the bench. Like I don't think like, oh well, I'm going to swap out Maikel Garcia with Matt Chapman today. Like I think you got to start your good guys and use your bench for your relievers and or starters. I think that's what you go to. I'm not sure exactly what the. Let's look at the rules. Let's look at the league settings. It appears. Let's see. I do not see anything in regards to. Let's see. In terms of starts. At least I don't see anything in terms of Steve is a bum. Thanks, Papa. We'll get to the recent picks here in a second, but I don't see anything in terms of how many starts per week that are allowed. There we go. 15 games, 15 starts. That's a lot of starts. So fantastic amount of starts. I think that's like something to look out for is like you got 15 a week. That's a lot. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So we got 7 slots for pitchers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bench spots, right? So let's say you have your top 7. Let's say you have 7 starters, right, in the pitcher slots. And they would have to all go twice, and then you would have to have another bench guy go. So to me, I think the bench is really for your rotation. And just like pick from your best. That's my thought. Either way. All right, so Agustin Ramirez goes to David. Griffin Jacks. Wow, that is a tough selection for Emmanuel. Michael Harris II going to Carl. That's a good pick. I think. Yeah, again, I'm high on the Braves. I think I'm very bullish on the Bravos. So I think they'll do good this year. It's weird. The league commissioner drafted a lot of pitchers, 15 starts. ... Yeah, I know. That's why I'm doing it. Strider going to Tansan. Okay. Strider right now hurt. I think he is due for a bounce back. No qualms with that. So yeah, looking at our roster right now, we still need a first baseman, third baseman, outfield, 3 outfielders. So we really need 5 hitters, and then 2 more pitchers. Adley Rushman, Keyshaw. Tough. I'd love to have that. So, as I was going to say, Caleb Durbin, Willie Adames, both guys I'm looking at right now. I think Durbin is going to have a great season. I think that Boston believes in him. He's playing with the monster. I think it'll be good. People are really sleeping on him. I don't know why, but anyway, we got to look at guys to get here. Michael Bush, Andy Pages on my mind. Michael Bush. Mikey Bush. I have no. I mean, let's see. Reading his thing. Yeah, I think we go with Mikey Bush. I like that. You like that? Now the question is, do we go for? I mean, we gotta get another pitcher. Question is who? I do like Pages though. I mean, Pages is our dog. JC Burns. He's young. Lodolo's hurt. King last year was solid. Other injury stuff with both of them. Rasmussen, he's a dog but doesn't give a ton of Ks. Rangel Suarez, another guy, is kind of a workhorse. That's some big questions, right? It's hard to. We see our dogs. 353. This is tough right here. This is a tough pick for me. Jeremy Pena is day to day. Christian Walker, Spencer Torkelson. These names don't really fully enthuse me. I'm not super stoked on any of them. These are the questions. Gunn, Burns. Don't rush me. Give me Durbin. Let's take a little bit of a risk here, huh? A little Derby didn't hurt anybody. No issue with that. And I think we're likely to see some guys drop. There's pitchers aplenty right now. I think now we fill up our infield. No issue with that. Now it's about getting our outfield, which there's plenty of guys to get got. There will be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So two of the guys on the pods, Jacob Marcy and Dalen Lyle, who we liked from last year, could still be available. Unsure who's going to fall. We're going to see a lot of these pitchers get picked up because most of the league. I think David's had a pretty good kind of blend. Emmanuel, a good blend. Carl, obviously pitcher heavy. Tansan starting to get more pitchers. Same thing with Steve. He's trying to get some pitchers here. So that works in our favor. That some of these teams they need pitchers, especially some of these relievers as well. So once they go for more pitchers, then it opens up more position guys for my team. All right, so we've had a kind of a flurry. Willie Adames, our dog, Emilio Pagan, Chase Burns, Ranger Suarez, Michael King, Nick Lodolo, O'Neill Cruz, Carl going with one of the hardest hitters in all of Major League Baseball, O'Neill Cruz, who people are saying is going to have a comeback. I'm not sure what he will do. But, give a quick shout out to Dynamic Dumper, who has filled his entire arsenal. Brian Wu, Joe Ryan, Andres Munoz, Nick Pavetta, Devin Williams, Ryan Pepio, Blake Snell. 2 hurt guys, might I add, which is interesting. So maybe he's going to come on late, and then all of his outfield. So he needs infielders. Dynamic Dumper does. Jeff Hoffman. Oh, wow. Wow, I did not even think about Jeff Hoffman. Wow, that's a tough one. How did Griffin Jacks get got before Jeff Hoffman? Hoffman's ERA last year was not great. They're not expecting it to be any better this year. And that's probably a big part of it. I think, the low ERA really is what you need for relievers. It's not just about getting saves. So with that, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 picks before us. Andy Pages, our dog in our other league, he's going to get got. Unfortunately, he's just going to get got. And you'd love to him to fall for us, but I think the issue with him, again, obviously he's going to be productive. Hits for pop, he steals bags. Is that Strider more like Stretcher? That's funny. The issue for for Pages is that he's going to be batting so low in the lineup. And I'm not saying this is a bad thing. Dodgers are going to score a lot of runs, but his opportunities are a little bit more limited, considering he's batting. He's going to be batting 8th, maybe even 7th, 8th. Like, he's not going to be batting above there unless guys get hurt, which, of course, is always a possibility in baseball. Now, here comes the dreaded auto draft slate. We got 1, 2, and then we got auto draft, clown question, auto draft, pick, auto draft, auto draft. So that's at least 4 auto draft picks, which means 1, 2, 3, 4. Pajas is automatically gone. There's a chance that Marcy and Lyle are both gone by the time they get to us. I would rather that not be the case, but I don't know. So we will see. Brian Abreu is enticing. I'm not going to lie, because he does get a ton of Ks. 100 of them. I mean, wow, that's pretty good. So some big questions there. I guess let's look at 25 season. Let's go Ks. Ryan McMahon, pitchers. Oops. And they do not want to sort. Oh, maybe we got to go to pitcher Ks. There we go. That's what we like. Oh, Josh Hader got, which is interesting. Rodon, Flaherty, Robbie Ray. I mean, these are guys that are going to be good, but also have been bad. We will see. All right, all positions. So currently, as it stands, Aura. Josh Hader got. So Marcus Semien still avail. Now we have Semien in our other league. He's on the bods. He did good 2024, and then last year was just total garbage, which was upsetting. I'm not gonna lie. He's a vet. He's a guy that's going to be fine. Carl going with C.J. Abrams from the Nats. Solid pick. He's young enough. Tyler Glass now. But yeah, that's the thing. I mean, Simeon's going to get selected here with all these auto drafts, so no doubt about that. At this rate, we got 5 picks ahead of us. So that means we potentially are going to get a combination of Marcy and Lyle, which, the bods, wow. If we could get them back to back. We're going to get them back to back. Oh, give it to me. Hold on. Before we select, though, we want to do our research. Trevor Story still available. Wow, 31 stolen bases for Trevor Story last year. Like, what? Talk about like a absolute, I don't know what the word is, just like renaissance of a season that Trevor Story had last year. I mean, 25 homers, 96 RBIs. Like that, we thought initially that contract was going to be terrible, and then for him to do that is impressive. All right, so looking at our squad, we need 3 outfielders. We need a couple pitchers. I got no qualms going back to back with our dogs. We will see. Look at some of these other guys. I mean, Sal Frelick, Trent Grisham. No, I don't. Jung Hoo Lee, yeah, he's fine. Again, I got no qualms about that. He'll steal bags, but I gotta go. I gotta go with the youth experience. So give me Jacob Marcy. Go with another pitcher though. Cammy Schlitt. Brian Abreu. Because Brian Abreu had 533 points, and he wasn't even the main closer. So I'm tempted. Oh, wow. The thing is, I mean, it's either Lyle or Ray right now. But I don't want anyone else to have it. I mean, I already have 3 relievers. I probably need some more starters. But Dalen Lyle is enticing. I'm licking my lips right now, looking at Lyle. The rest of our outfielders. I mean, you got plenty of serviceable guys. I mean, like, Sal Free, like Joe Waddell. You got to get Adele. Elliot Ramos is his name. Teoscar Hernandez, Lawrence Butler, Joe Waddell. I mean, there's plenty of guys that could be guys. I mean, Noelvi Marte, O'Hearn, William Abreu, Addison Barger. I love Lyle, though. God damn, this is tough. Daily Mile. Gotta do it to him. Had to do it to him. So now our outfield is basically picked, but we do need some starters here. We don't have many starters. That is tough. Well, because we have plenty of starters available, and I think a lot of these guys are going to get got. Ooh, Trevor Rogers. He will be a dog. So now it's just all about pitching from here on out. I mean, I can get an outfielder with my eyes closed. I have no problem about that. Should I have gone with Brian Abreu? No, I like Lyle too much. He was so good last year. Dude played hardly any games. I mean, 321 ABs, and he had 500 points. Like, dude would have been over 1,000 last year. I mean, the guy was insane. I don't know if he'll, like, repeat it, but I think he'll still be pretty solid. We also have a guy like Ernie Clement still available. And most of the league right now is on auto draft anyway. We got 4 auto drafters. So Matt Boyd picked, Cam Schlittler picked, Abreu picked, Gavin Williams, Zach Neto, Jung-Hoo Lee all picked. So, and the thing about Abreu is that, yeah, he, when Hader comes back, he won't be as valuable, but he's still a guy. He's still a guy. Pete Fairbanks available. Only 371 points. Because of those Ks. So it really doesn't matter. I think, the Ks are really, really highly valued in this league, which I like. Obviously, I like guys with high K numbers. Now we wait. Matt Boyd picked. I mean, he's a bod. I like Matt Boyd. He's a solid pitcher. I think that's the issue for the bods is it's too many solid. We have solid guys, but we don't have like league winning guys. Brandon Lau picked. Willie Abreu picked. Willie Abreu. I mean, Abreu will be good. I mean, I think he probably could have gone a Shota Imanaga at that position, but that's just me. Need a little texting break, folks. All right. Anyway, let's take a look. Who just got picked? All right. So Teoscar Hernandez has been got. So I think, I'm a little bit worried. I have too many good relievers, but I do need some starting pitching. So I don't want too many relievers because the issue is if I have really good starters, then I'm kind of screwed if they all start on one day. And then, but here's the thing. I mean, Sanchez and Luzardo aren't going to start on the same day. So I'll probably put one of them on the bench. So it's like I only have, one. But if I'm all clogged up with relievers, then, if I have plenty of starters going, it kind of presents an issue. So I'd have to sit a reliever, and I don't want to have to do that. So 3 relievers I think is good for now. I might trade them, use them as trade bait. So we will see. Anyway, we are an hour and a half into the draft, and we are still in week 17. I wish we could kind of speed up some of these picks. Shout out to you, Kamish, if you can edit the draft settings and reduce the time in between picks. But yeah, looking at whoever's best available, I think we got to look at pitchers. Shota, Flaherty's not bad. I mean, let's look who had the highest points last year. I mean, Rodon. So Rodon is coming back. He didn't have Tommy John, but removed a bone spur. So he's been pitching. He'll make a run. It's just a matter of when. So there's kind of some slim picking. So I think the next two picks I'm going to make are going to be they're going to be pitchers. They're going to be starters, especially. It's just a matter of who. Who do I believe in? Edward Cabrera. That's not a bad pick. That might be a value pick because he's going to get wins. Shota Garrett Cole got selected by Carl. I don't know when Cole's going to be back, but hey. Trevor Rogers. That's tough. That's a tough one. And we're likely to see these guys drop considering the rankings here. Flaherty, 622. Oh, he's a high K guy. His ERA, though, was bad. I think his ERA is not going to be as bad. I think he will improve. I mean, you can't have this many like bad seasons in a row. I feel like he's just too good for that. Like, I mean, look, like, well, I guess that's not necessarily true. 2024, he had a good season. 3.17 ERA, 162 innings, 194 Ks. He's always been a high K guy. It's been kind of his thing. But yeah, last year uncharacteristic, 15 losses. Oh, that's tough. All right, well, now he's on my Chrissy Bubich. Oh, and Ernie. That's tough. Ernie got picked. All right, well, give me some old Flaherty, excuse me. All right, it's tough. Otto Lopez, I don't dislike. But let's see, who else do we got? Sandy Alcantara. He really did improve towards the end of the season. What, they're expecting him not to be as good? I don't understand. I don't understand this. I like the Sandy pick. I think that could be a solid one. Nola Kikuchi. I'll wait on an outfielder, and I think we got to go with another starter, Sandy, the Sandy man. Kazuma Okamoto, I have my eye on you. I won't pick you just yet. I will pick you soon, though. Let's go pitchers. Edward Cabrera. Let's see. People are expecting him to fall. So I'm going to go with the old Sandy. The Sandy man. Had to do it. Had to do it to him. Oh, Tatsuya Imai, our dog. Okay. So I like what we got. I think there's going to be plenty of value a little bit later in terms of starters. Okamoto got Stowers, Ramos, Fairbanks. That's a tough pick for Space City, especially given the way strikeouts work in this league. Not a huge fan of that. Roster. Clown question, bro, on the clock, and we are far away, and we finally see you guys back on the draft. Cabrera got. I mean, that's to be expected. But we need starters. The bods need starters. This bod. Shane Baz, 555. Again, he's had a bad ERA. I think he'll be better. I think he had some trouble at the Trop. Not at the Trop, but he gave up a lot of runs last year. A ton of walks. I mean, averaging 2 walks a start, basically. A lot of hits. 1.33 whip. Not super ideal. TJ Friedel. 730. That's pretty good. We will see. Imai could be a guy. Kukuch, always solid. He's going to get a ton of Ks. Let's see. Projected K totals. Who's going to get the most? Kikuchi. What about last season? Rodon. When is he coming back? You know what? I think. Oh, the draft has been paused. Oh, he's okay. Carl's trying to figure out how to reduce the time of picks. There we go. All right, shout out to Carlos. One second here, folks. All right. It's going to be a long, long live. Anyway, I digress. Looking at Shane Baz, high K, Kukuch, high K, Chrissy Bassett, not a high K guy, but he's a good pitcher. He's still old, but I like Chris Bassett, obviously. Davey Peterson, he's a dog. The hope really is that none of our guys get guy. I think we gotta get Rodon, regardless. Tatsuya Mai, Soriano, Bubba Chandler. Big questions about what he's going to do. Is he going to be a person? That's the thing about the Pirates right now is, some of these young guys, like, is it going to be Bubba Chandler? Is it going to be Hunter Barco? Like, who's going to be the guy to be the next Paul Skeens? Not really sure. Christian Walker's still available. I might take a little bench flyer on him. But draft time reduced to 45 seconds a pick. Otto Lopez got. That's a good call. Oh, Caglione, that might be a steal of the draft right there. Round 18, people are expecting big things from him. Yeah, I'm going to wait on filling my outfield slot just because there's plenty of good outfielders out there. I mean, again, there's 3 of them on every team, whereas there's not 3 third basemen on every team. So there's a lot more outfielders to be had. Not necessarily worried about that. I feel like, Buxton, Marcy, Lyle is already pretty solid as it is. So I might, and if I have anybody on the bench, it probably would be a outfielder or like an outfielder first base kind of combo, like a Ryan O'Hearn who's still available right now. So we will see. Bailey Ober, only 316 last year because of the low K rate and also high earned run average. Not ideal. Lawrence Butler, Spencer Torkelson. Okay. First baseman, never a bad thing. All right. Let's go back to all positions in the rankings. Yeah, nobody's going to get Gavin Moreno. That's just not going to happen. Yamai gets got. It's a good call. Ryan Helsley. That's an interesting one. I mean, he's going to get saves. He's a little erratic. 376. We will see. I'm just waiting at this point. I'm just waiting to get my starter pitchers. Merrill Kelly. I mean, last year he did have a good year. Was with Texas and Arizona. I think Merrill Kelly is solid, but he is hurt right now. Well, I mean, maybe he'll get got. Xander Bogaerts, Ryan O'Hearn. Oh, Mike Trout. Mike Trout, I think, is just a little too old for me right now. I think he's a little too old, a little too past his prime. All right, so now we're going to get that pitcher. Matt, the question is who? I think we got to get Rodon. We got to work with you, Moreno and Isaac Paredes. All right. Do we go for Merrill Kelly? Do we want a guy who's hurt right now? That is the question. Ian Seymour predicting he's going to be a guy. He might be. Peach might be. All right. Who do we go for? I think we got to go Rodon. Minimum. Do we go Merrill Kelly? Do we go with Kukuch? Or even Jose Soriano? Now I'm torn. Merrill Kelly. I mean, I'm interested. I am interested. 678 last year. It's pretty good. Kukuch, though, he's going to start. Warren. Oh. Give me Merrill Kelly. Give me two hurt guys with high value. I mean, that's a value pick. We're done. One of the best pitchers in baseball last year. I mean, we had to get him. We had to get him. I mean, he did get hurt, but allegedly he's back on, make his regular season debut sometime in April. So, excuse me. Who's to say that he won't be the same? I don't know. I still like what, again, okay, so we're seeing that the hurt guys, Musgrove to Firebombs, no surprise. Helsley just got Friedel, Walker. I'm not going to see plenty of picks, so things are going to speed up here in rounds 20 to 25. So we got an outfield spot left. We got 4 bench spots. So this is where I really beef up on the starters. Especially if we have 15 starts. We got 15 starts a week. That's so many starts. Now the question is, I mean, obviously, who do we get? Brady Singer. A lot of case. Chrissy Bassett, Kukuch, I like. I mean, if anything, got to look at the projected. Ian Seymour. That's he's a young guy for the Rays. Oh, okay. Well, Seymour will begin the season as a member of the Rays bullpen. All right. Well, so much for that. Cedon Rafaela, that's a good call. I think we, okay. Let's look at the outfielders. Noelvi Marte. I kind of like that. Kind of like Noelvi Marte because he's got third base eligibility. I mean, even an Addison Barger might be a guy. I think right here is where we get kind of the position eligibility type players. I think that's important. Jeff McNeil, the Navy SEAL. Dalton Varsho. I'm enticed. We might have to get that. I mean, I think we might just have to. Chandy, the Chandy man. Chandler Simpson. Kerry Carpenter, also a dog. Trent Grisham. Trent Grisham had 34 home runs last year. Like that was insane. People are saying he's not gonna do it this year. I mean, there's I don't know. I still think he's going way too low. Like way too low. Like he should get God. I don't know why he hasn't gotten God yet. I mean, 34 home runs. So there's some questions. Who do we go? I mean, we obviously got to go with. I mean, if he's available, we can get him later. We can probably get him later. So now it's just a matter of getting some pitchers. Jeff McNeil, the Navy SEAL, is going to be playing in Sacramento, which will be interesting. I think that's just like a hitter's paradise at this point. So it's not a bad call. This is a points league, right? Yes. Yes. Steve out here not even knowing the type of league we're in. That's funny. Danny Palencia, Aaron Nola, JT Realmuto, Addison Barger, Bubba Chandler all selected here in round number 20 and round number 21. Will Warren, JP Crawford. I hate the JP Crawford pick. Kerry Carpenter, good. Wow, we were flying off the board right now. Shane Baz to Space City. So, yeah, guys are just flying right now. Seymour, that's a tough pick. That's a tough pick. All right, folks. That's actually that's a guy that didn't really come up for me, Wilson Contreras, but he's a guy Alec Bohm picked. Now it's us. So we got 45 seconds now. The world is our oyster. Luis Garcia, guy last year who was pretty solid. Now it's a question of starting pitching projected. Oops, hold up. Pitchers. Kukuch, it's not bad. I mean, all these guys. Brady Singer. Yeah, I think we got to get a guy like Singer. What about Kikuchi? I don't hate it. I mean, we need to. Oh, yield Cody Ponce. Ooh, I like it. I like it. I do. Question after question. Kikuchi, I have no issue getting Kikuchi. No issue. Chrissy Bassett and a lot of points. Give me Kikuchi. Brady Singer. I mean, Brady Singer was solid. Did he get hurt? Did not get hurt. He gave up a lot of runs though the other day. Oh, true. Anyway, all right. Sorry, I was just reading some texts here. Guys getting got. Kenley Jansen, Jonathan Aranda, Ramon Laureano, Trevor McGill. Pretty solid picks. David Peterson. Love my guy, David Peterson. Not necessarily flashy, but he's going to get the job done. Plenty of extension. Tall. He's a bit of a dog. Mitch Keller. They think Mitch Keller is going to be a guy. I think that's the most interesting. Wow, they think that Justin Steele is going to get 545. That is interesting. I do not see that, but I'd like to be that optimistic as well. We can't have too many injured pitchers. We need guys to get starts. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Mikey Burrows. Let's take a look at who's even positionally still available right now. Luis Garcia, Jeff McNeil, Dalton Varsho, Luis Garcia, Samuel Basayo, Arenado Marte, Mikey Waka, never bad call, Keith Horton. That might be a thing. Seth Lugo. I think part of this as well, part of this league is as much as it is about guys getting points, it's mainly about guys not, getting negative. Like guys that get absolutely blown up. It's not not super ideal. Suarez picked up by Carl, of course. I mean, he's a high K guy. No issue with that. Luis Garcia Jr. to David. Kind of wrapping up here. We got 3 picks left, so kind of wrapping up here on this year's redraft, the 2026. So we're likely to be done within the hour here. I think that's at least the hope. Yeah, I think Jeff McNeil is going to get got before he gets to me, unfortunately. But there's plenty of good outfielders to be had. I'd rather waste all my rest of my picks on good starters than to waste it on a bat. Bats can be had anytime, anywhere. Like, there's no issue with that. 15 starts. Like, we gotta get good starters. Let's look at pitchers. Let's look at. They have ERA, average draft position. Cade Horton, McClanahan. They say McClanahan is only going to have 443 points. I don't understand why that is. Either way, I'm up next, so I'm going to pick him up. McClanahan's a dog, dude. I don't get why that's the case. Yeah, I think the rankings are all off because a lot of these guys were projected not to have full seasons. All right, Varsho got. Here we go. McClanahan, you were mine. That's the big question. Who do we go in terms of pitchers? Do we go with a high floor guy like a David Peterson or like a Chris Bassett? Or do we go with a guy like Cade Horton, Mitch Keller? Why do we think Mitch Keller is going to be good? Cade Horton had a good ERA. Not a ton of Ks though. Roki is absolute dog crap. Michael Waka. I just can't do it, Michael Waka. You're just not good enough. Okay, we got Cody Pond. I kind of like Cody Ponce. Chris Bassett. What do we want? Give me Cody Ponce. Bang. Oh, Javier Sanoja with all of them. All right, so basically we can only draft now outfielders. Cody Ponce, I like Cody Ponce. This guy's like a KBO legend. He's going to get innings. I think he's going to get Ks. Yeah, I like him. I like him. He's a fun guy. He is a bot as well, so I got no issue with him. Let's take a look. Final round of the draft, folks. Let's just look at who else has got since our couple picks. Jorge Polanco, Luis Garcia, Giancarlo Stin, Jeremiah Estrada, Bailey Ober, Noah Cameron, Jeff McNeil, Gavin Sheets, Marcelo Zuna, Dalton Varsho, Shane McClanahan, us, Cody Ponce, us, Mitch Keller, Dolis Garcia, Trent Grisham, Samuel Basayo, Sal Stewart, Nolan Arenado, Ryan Nelson, and Carter Jensen. That's an interesting one by Emmanuel because I don't know how much playing time he's going to get this year, but we will see. All right, fantasy points. Yeah, they're saying Noelby Marte is going to get the most. I'm not fully sure about that. Are you sure about that? I'm not sure about that. Jonathan India. He's got positional eligibility everywhere. I kind of like that. We might have to drop one of our pitchers as well. We will see. What if there's any IL slots? That's my question. Let's go to our league settings. Oh, we got 6 IL slots. Bang. That's why you pick guys who are hurt. All right. Hitting wise, I mean, who had the most last season? Lourdes Gurriel. Ironically enough, Nick Castellanos, 669. That's always funny. I'll pick the draft here, folks. This really could be anybody. I mean, really. They say he's going to have the most homers. Matt Wallner. Yeah, probably. Coleman Cowser. 325. He was absolute garbage. Chandler Simpson, the number 1. I like the Chandy, man. He was a lot of fun. Man, I think he's going to play time. He's just too fast to not play. Ooh, a little Jose Caballero. That's enticing. He had 49 steals and 314 plate appearances. Like, that is amazing. But is he going to get full playing time this year? I don't know. I don't think he's going to get a ton of playing time, especially with Judge and staying in the outfield sort of thing. Willie Castro, I kind of like. He does have positional flexibility. That is true. Carson Bench. Like, Javi Baez, though? I don't know. This is such a crapshoot. I'm literally the final pick of the draft. Mr. Irrelevant. Who do we pick? Trevor Larnach. No way. Trevor Larnach had 616 points. How is that possible? Wow. I'm actually kind of shocked. How is that possible? Wow. Really? Wow. I am shocked at that. That is wild. Chandy, man. I love Chandler Simpson. All right, give me the Chandy, man. Let's do it. All right, Ben. The draft is over. Let's take a look at who we got. Oh, we can't move Rodon to the IL, but he will be on the IL here soon. All right, so the draft is done. Let's under 2 hours. Appreciate you folks tuning in, including mainly my brother. But yeah, let's take a look at our team. All right, so we got Cal Raleigh, Michael Bush, Brendan Donovan, Michael Garcia, Geraldo Perdomo, Bo Bichette, Caleb Durbin, Byron Buxton, Jacob Morrissey, Dalen Lyle, Chandler Simpson, Kyle Schwarber. We'll break it up here in a sec. And then for the pitchers, Christopher Sanchez, Jesus Luzardo, Edwin Diaz, Yoran Duran, Aroldis Chapman, Jack Flaherty, Sandy Alcantara, Carlos Rodon, Merrill Kelly, Brady Singer, Yusei Kikuchi, Shane McClanahan, Cody Ponce. So high floor guys like a Merrill Kelly, Brady Singer, you say Kikuchi, Flaherty, Alcantara. Luzardo and Sanchez are obviously dogs. They're going to be tops in the league, no doubt. Then we have guys that are going to be fine, and then we have these relievers: Diaz, Duran, Chapman. I think they're top 10 in the league, no doubt. No one's ever going to doubt that. Diaz might be 1-1. Then you got two guys who are hurt, Rodon and Kelly, who are both going to be on IL, so we can add 2 more after that once they're placed there. Kukuch, again, high floor. McClanahan, a guy who has been a guy in the past. He just was hurt. Ponce, over from the KBO. I like him a lot. I think this pitching staff is one of the best in the league. I'm stoked. So the offense, Cal Raleigh, top catcher. First or second round pick, shall I say. Then we got Michael Bush. Again, we got a lot of high floor guys that are likely to do well. I mean, Byron Buxton is going to be tough. But Marcy, Lyle, Simpson, all young guys that I think are going to break out. Schwarber, top. I mean, he's a top hitter in the league, no doubt. But yeah, I got Geraldo Perdomo, Garcia. Like, these are all position guys that I think are really solid picks. Bo Bichette, I think, was a value pick where we got him. Durbin, I mean, he's not like ranked super high, but I like him at third. I think he's going to be better than people think. We did focus on pitchers intentionally. There's no doubt that was our intention. So we will see. I think that guys are going to have to be really, really weary about getting guys on waivers. So we will see. But anyway, that's going to do it for me. It's been 2 hours of talking straight. So I appreciate you guys watching. That has been the ESPN Redraft, the WBC #2 league live draft coverage. So we will see you soon. Appreciate you watching.